today's video, I am going to be breaking down Nikola Jokic and, of course, if he could be potentially the greatest center of all time. This guy can do everything. He gets rebounds, he plays defense pretty solidly, and his passing is ridiculous, and he can shoot the three. So let's get down, let's check him out, and see what makes him such an amazing center in the NBA so that you can be a great center yourself as well. Really quickly, if you want to be able to shoot the basketball better, make sure to go check out the hardest basketball shooting workout down in the description below. Okay, so really quickly, you can't be a good passer if you don't have good teammates that give you a good target to be able to pass to. Here, Gordon is really posting up his man and really battling it out. He uses his off arm to gain an advantage on his defender, and then he's able to essentially close that guy out so that he has nobody between his defender and the basket, so that here he's able to score and get Jokic an easy assist. Jamal Murray is also a very good guard, but he knows how to play in the post and knows how to cut to the basket. Here, he's using his off arms once again, so that now he can get that advantage to the basket and he's able to score with a dunk. However, watch what he does right at this last second. He's able to hold his man back with that off arm while catching with the other arm. This is a fantastic move, and finishing strong is something that you need to do. If you can dunk, you need to dunk every chance possible. You need to send a message, and by going up for a dunk, especially at the youth level, this is obviously NBA, you're going to be able to really send that message strong. And obviously, you're not going to be able to get as many assists when it comes to your team or even yourself if you don't have the plays that are drawn up to be able to do this. This is a horn set where they've got players in the corners and in the high post with the ball handler up top. This is called the horn. That's why it's called the horn's play. And then Jamal Murray is able to pass that ball into Jokic. The opposite post sets the back screen for Jamal Murray, who then cuts to the basket. Now, this puts this defender in a precarious situation because of Jokic's ability to pass. He can either pass to Jamal Murray, who's cutting to the basket. If this guy covers here, this would be a skip pass out for a three-point shot. However, he doesn't want a three. This is a very good three-point shooter, and by Jamal Murray cutting to this side, he's hoping that this man will defend on that side instead of him, which then means that this player over here in this corner would be open for a three as well. But nobody guards Jamal Murray, and he's able to finish with a dunk. And because Jokic is such a dominant player in the low post, they have to double him, or he's going to get an easy basket, which is why he's able to pass the ball out here for an open three-point shot from 25 feet out. So here, Jokic doesn't get that offensive rebound, but watch what this guy does. He's looking over here with the ball on this side of his head. He has no clue who is behind him or who's on this side. And because of that, Jokic is able to hit that ball free. Gordon's able to get it, pass it back to Jokic for the layup. They never gave up on the play. Even though the other team got that defensive rebound, they still went after it. As a player, this is what you have to do. If you don't have that offensive rebound and you're in the key, you need to do your best to get that ball back and basically knock it free, because then you can get that ball back potentially and get that layup. So now what we do see is the other team, Miami, playing man-to-man defense. We have Jokic in the low post right here. This man goes and covers Jokic to try to double him. They're trying to throw a double, which because he's in the low post and he's a fantastic post player, Lowry is guarding the post. Even though he's a guard and a shorter guard, he is very good at guarding the post. That leaves a player wide open in the corner. Well, Lowry has to be able to make sure that this guy's not cutting baseline, but he should also be in the passing lane here. Robinson should have been down a bit further as well between these two players, because he should be cutting off these two players and Lowry should be cutting off these two players. Well, nobody was covering this guy, and Jokic seen that, and he was able to then make that pass. This was obviously made. It was an assist. However, what I really want to point out is the fact that Gordon here sets the screen on Lowry, which then forces Duncan Robinson to go and cover that three, even though he's nowhere close to be able to guard it. Now, when we see Jokic attack here, watch what he does. He gets his shoulders just a bit lower than his defenders right here. And then he's able to hook his man, and he's able to use that off arm to remove the hands from his waist. When he is attacking now, watch his footwork. When he's attacking that rim, that foot is pointed towards the rim. He's not going to be taking this wide, rounded turn to try and attack the defender. He's going straight at him. His feet are pointed in the direction that he's attacking. He gets his shoulder lower. Now, depending on the referee, this could technically be an offensive foul because his shoulder is past his foot. He's outside of his cylinder. However, this is the NBA. This is the playoffs, so he's going to be sending a message and the referees will allow it. So when he attacks, he goes basically right through that man and finishes right at the rim. You're not going to be able to stop that in the playoffs. You're not going to be able to take the charge in the playoffs like that. And this is what I mean by the chicken wing right here. This is what I call the chicken wing. You use your elbow to remove the player from the location where you want to go, and then you release, you remove his hands, and now you've got a clear lane to the basket, keeping your shoulders lower than him so that you can have leverage when you hit him to get out of your way. You have to hit this defender. If you don't, he's going to block your shot. Now, do you need to steamroll the guy like we see here? No. And I can now see why from this angle, why they didn't call it a charge. Even though his shoulder was down, he's using his off arm, not his shoulder, to remove that player from the situation. That's why he was able to finish at the rim with no offensive foul call. That was actually a good no call by the referees. And also watch how fast he passes the ball here. It goes post to post, then he goes to the low post. But watch how quick, I'll put this in real time, how fast he's able to make this pass. Right away, doesn't even think, just goes straight to that man who's able to finish in the post. Now this is why setting off-ball screens is so important. Jamal Murray sets the pass into Jokic in the post. The weak side or the far side wing comes over and sets that screen for Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray is a very good shooter, and this puts the defender in a situation where he's pointed towards the sideline because he wants to keep his eyes on the ball and his man, which means that he doesn't see anything coming from behind. You can set these back screens on the perimeter defender, and that can allow, in this case, Jamal Murray for the wide open three-point shot because Jokic is a good passer and Jamal Murray is a good shooter from 26 feet out. Now, of course, we could talk about the screen that he just set here, but I really want to talk about this spin move. Watch what we see here. He gets his foot in between the feet of his defender. When he spins, he gets his left foot behind the left foot of the defender. This now locks this guy out. He cannot go and block his shot, and he keeps the ball above his head so that short little guys like this guy can't be reaching in to steal the ball. A lot of players will do the spin move and keep the ball down low. You get stripped every single time, and you're probably not getting the foul call. Because if it's down near your waist, a lot of referees, at least here in Canada, will say that you're out of control and they don't care if you get hit when the ball is down there. So if you keep the ball up high, that's allowing the referee to see that you're in control and that you get hit, so that now keeping the ball up high, you're able to then finish. He also keeps his elbows out wide right here, and there's a reason for this too. If anyone gets too close to try to block him, that elbow is going to meet their face, and that hurts a lot. On this spin move, we can also see that he uses a little bit of his upper arm and shoulder to remove that defender from the situation so that he can go up for that little bit of a hook. And yes, he can shoot threes as well. He has a very high release, a very high set point. He shoots like an old man with the ball well behind his head. This works for him. This won't work for everybody, but it does definitely work for Jokic. This is why Jokic is considered one of the greatest centers of our time and potentially, in my opinion, one of the best centers of all time. Anyways, I hope that you've enjoyed. Make sure to go check out the hardest basketball shooting workout down in the description below, and I'll see you guys again next time in my next video. Hit that like button and subscribe.